tower, Jesus, my strength this hour, Jesus. You're my deliverer, yes you are, Jesus.
The goodness of Jesus. I'm Vivian Brown. Thank you so very much for joining us today. Jesus is crying out to you this day, saying you still don't seem to understand. You don't understand how I was spiritually drained, completely humiliated, physically beaten, and hung on the cross for hours and hours in limitless pain just for you. So why don't you believe I will handle your impossible when I specialize in the impossible? Do you still just not believe?
This is surveillance footage. It shows the car crash, and then that out-of-control car hits a parked car, and it rolls over the boy and his grandmother, right? Amazingly, the boy pops right up and rushes over to help his 56-year-old grandma. This all happened in Brazil. Reports say both of them have left the hospital.
Local firefighters rushed to this residential building in the city of Jimwai after residents said they could hear a baby crying on the fourth floor. Firefighters then discovered the baby, which was a boy, with his placenta still uncut in the toilet sewage pipe. After rescuing the baby, which took longer than an hour, firefighters rushed him to the nearest hospital. The baby is now in a stable condition.
My God, how you so easily step in when we're faced with the impossible. Jesus is asking, why do you constantly worry about bills, but don't trust that I will make a way each and every time, as I always do? Philippians 4:19, and my God will supply every need of yours according to his riches and glory in Jesus Christ. Jesus is asking, why do you cry out in panic about your child not being saved, but won't turn him over to me? Are you forgetting how I saved you when everyone else thought you were lost? My God, Jesus is asking, why do you go through all these men desperately seeking a husband when I am the only one you should be seeking? Don't you know that if you seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, these things will be given unto you? Why do you fall apart when the doctor utters this simple word they call cancer? Don't you know that I am the holder of life and death? These doctors have no authority over your life. Romans 8:32. He who did not spare his own son, but gave him up for us all, how will he not also with him graciously give us all things? Jesus is saying, don't you know that when you call on me, anything is possible, because I specialize in the impossible. So I say to you this day, to get to know the man they call Jesus, because he's undefiled, unworldly, impeccable, undeniably faithful. When you have absolutely no power, hand it over to Jesus, who has all power. When you believe that the situation is irreversible, hand it over to the one that takes great joy in reversing the irreversible. When you believe the weight of the world is on your shoulders, hand it over to the one that not only carried the weight, but saved the world. My God, when you believe that you can't make someone else change, I want you to hand it over to the one that will make you change. And when you believe that it just isn't possible. I want you to hand it over to the one that specializes in the impossible. That's our Jesus. You see, Jesus does his best work in hopeless situations, unachievable situations, irreversible situations. So the next time you're in an impossible situation, remember the words that Jesus spoke in Matthew 19:26. Jesus looked at them and said, with man, this is impossible, but with God, all things are possible. Until next time, get to know the man they call Jesus and be blessed.